I drove for about 8 hours from Mackay to get to a small community called Biggenden. The reason why I went to Biggenden was because very early in my tour, I received lots and lots of emails from people saying, hey, you should come here, you should do this. And one of those people was someone who had moved to a small community called Mandabara, where, and make sure you get that right or otherwise the locals get upset with you. No, it's a joke. And he had moved there with his partner, who is the local doctor. And as we know, in kind of rural and regional areas, it's hard to get doctors to move to communities. And he wanted to share with me his story of actually moving to a local community and the fantastic things that had happened there.
How are you feeling about Mandabara?
Nervous.
What?
Nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I've never been to Mandabara.
Yeah. What makes you nervous?
Everything. I don't know, what makes you nervous?
We're gay. And we're going to rural Queensland.
And I was interested in going along not only because someone, I guess it was refreshing that someone so early in the tour supported it. Because there's a whole lot of people who said, well, I think we're just going to wait and see, and you know, who are you? You're one man in a truck. And he was very open in saying we want to share our story. And of course, one of the most important things is for me to collect stories of where people are doing it well, and also they're thriving, because I think it explodes a lot of the myths. And so I was quite excited to meet Jono and Vinny and their two Labradors, Sappho and Hedwig. And also Ghost, their cat. But I was really, really keen to meet them and hear their story and to see firsthand. So they've recently moved from Mandabara to Biggenden. And one of the things that's really interesting is that they moved to Mandabara thinking that it was going to be potentially kind of a redneck hick town. What's going to happen? How are we going to be accepted as a couple? But one of the things that happened is they immediately got involved in the community. If you're a good doctor in rural Australia, you're going to go well. But also what I found was that Vinny, the local doctor, his partner, Jono, got very, very involved in the local community.
We're about to go to the main street.
Done. And what's the name of the main street?
Lions Street with a Y. This is the bottom pub. You can tell that it's the bottom pub because it's at the bottom of the hill.
Okay.
Even though the top pub is only 2 doors away and not at the top of the hill.
So the bottom pub is not where the bottoms hang out, and the top pub is not where the tops hang out?
No.
And I think that the story that I heard, I went and did kind of a vox pop up and down Mandabara yesterday, and I met lots of the locals. There were some fantastic characters, and basically the message I got was this couple came to town and they got involved. Usually doctors and their wives will come to town and they'll kind of separate themselves from the community. Jono and Vinny got stuck in. They went to all the events, they ate at the pub, they bought local produce, they got involved with the local young people. Everything that they could get involved in, they got involved in. And that has held them in good stead, because people said they came and they got involved, and therefore the community responded to them.
When we stop, you have to be prepared that I'm probably going to be stopped a lot.
Yes, talking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I heard yesterday from a woman who it would be safe to say is as rough as Hessian underpants. She said, people here judge you not on who you are, but the way in which you treat people. And I think that if you were with me yesterday and you were walking up and down the main street of Mandabara and you saw the way that people responded to the doctor's wife, you would see that you know, they're people who are held in genuine affection. And I think that that's a story that is probably mystifying to a lot of people, but one that needs to be shared.
They were so involved in our community right from the start.
So when did they come along? When did you first find out that there was a new doctor in town? And
Australia Day was the day that I saw them, but I never met them until Jono came and got his hair done. And of course, you know, the rest is history for us. Oh, he was a little bit nervous more than me, I think. Mainly because he'd had a hairdresser in Brisbane for a very long time, and he was a little bit worried about what I might do to him. But yeah, after the first do, it was all good.